Yo! Try not to shout into the mic, people! I'm away from the mic. I didn't shout as loud as normal. Yo, 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 yo! We're back with another episode of the Bandcamp Hour. This is episode 66, I believe. And as usual, I am... No, actually, last week you weren't here, were you, Mike? No, you were here. No,
I was.
The week before. Anyway, as usual, I am joined by the lovely, the fantastic, the stunning Maya Kamara. Quickly, Maya, how are you feeling this lovely Sunday?
I'm doing okay, although I've been told by Craig Packman that there's no sound. I'm hoping he can hear us.
There's no sound.
Can you hear us, Craig?
Hopefully they can hear us. There should be sound.
I'm hoping. This is via YouTube, he's told me that.
Okay, well...
There's no one saying that anywhere else, but I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Okay, I've just sent a message. But hopefully they can hear us in all of the other places. Right, we're just going to do a little disclaimer before we start the show. You are listening to the Bandcamp Hour, brought to you by Spectrum on Air, live every Sunday from 4 till 6 CET, and brought to you by RetroSynth Records every Tuesday at 6 and 12 p.m. CET. That's not the disclaimer. However, just a quick update. The show on RetroSynth radio has now moved till Thursday, and I will confirm the time with you at some point. Hey people, a quick heads up before we dive into this episode of the Bandcamp Hour. This show is all about great music, independent artists, and a bit of banter and fun. We aim to keep things respectful, but humour is subjective and can be a grey area. Not everything is for everyone. If you're easily offended or not into cheeky commentary, no worries, feel free to skip the show. Otherwise, settle in and enjoy the Bandcamp Hour. And on that note, I think before we start the show, we'll just talk about some feedback that we've had.
Hang on, there's no audio coming through. Paul said the same on Mixcloud, so that we're getting that on YouTube and Mixcloud. There's no sound.
Okay, I'm being told that other people can hear me. I'm
not sure, because if it's coming through on both channels, then it's clearly not going through.
I can't really check at the moment. Okay, he's saying YouTube should be working now.
Okay, Craig says it's fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, right. Let's just go. He's working on it. There's nothing.
It's working now. Paul said the same.
Okay, cool, excellent. Okay, so that was a little disclaimer as usual about humor being subjective, but also we've had a tiny bit of feedback about the point scoring system, and you and I had a little conversation today.
We did indeed.
We did, yeah, and we sort of hashed it out, and we're going to try. Well, first of all, I think it was important to note that we were trying out the point system to see if it worked for us in the show and the format of the show. And I think we both came to the conclusion that we were a bit unhappy with it because it left us in a situation where sometimes we were not getting what we felt like was a true reflection. Like we'd given a score previously, and then we got to another song that was just absolutely amazing, and we thought, oh, hang on, how can we give it the same score as that? So the point system was a little bit possibly a little bit flawed in its structure, and also maybe it could lend itself to people feeling a little bit unhappy with the scores they were given. So we're going to try something new today, aren't we?
Yeah, and I would also just like to add to what Cole's saying there, just to say that we are trying to provide a little bit of feedback that might help artists moving forward with their creative process, whether it be to artwork, to the production. We're not trying to be overly critical, but also just know that opinions are subjective, so you're more than welcome to feel completely differently to how we feel, and we actually welcome that feedback too. So feel free to come into our chats to give us your opinions on the songs, and if you differ to us, we will, we will happily share what you've said live on the show as well, so that
Absolutely.
those listening can hear that it's not all our opinions. So
Yeah,
feel free to
absolutely.
come along and give us that feedback as well.
Yeah, I think that's really important. These are just our opinions, people. We're human, and we have tastes and different opinions from other people. We do try to keep it as objective as possible, but it is a subjective matter, music taste. And we do always try to keep it positive. If we say something constructive, we also focus on some of the positives as well. And we do always tag and invite everyone so that they know that they're on the show. They have the opportunity to join in the chat and have their say as well. So we'd just like you to bear that in mind. We're not deliberately trying to make anyone feel bad. In fact, the complete opposite. We're here in our own free time, of our own volition, trying to play different sounds, a variety of sounds, and a variety of artists, not just well-known ones in our scene, but also ones coming through. And if we phrase things in a bad way or we're a little bit direct, probably me more than Maya, but that's just our characters. And we don't mean it. We don't mean it we're not trying to attack you.
No, not at all. And just know, if your music makes it onto this show, we've probably been through a lot of songs and chosen yours above other people's. So if you've made it onto the show, even if we might be a bit critical, what we've heard from you this week is better than other submissions. So just note that.
And we get a lot, and we do get a lot. And I think Maya said something. She said something to me today. She said this show, she wants, she views it as a place that people come. Maybe they're cooking their Sunday roast, or they're doing whatever it is they do on a Sunday, and they want this show to be approachable. And we want to send that message out to you too. So, you've got to. I think it's important for any of the people out there listening to understand that we are going to say what we think, and you probably need to have a little bit of a sort of tough skin for that, but we're not just going to endlessly dig into you and bury you. We're going to say what we think, but hopefully it'll be helpful. And we do want to be approachable. We do want to hear your music, and we're definitely not trying to ostracize anyone.
But we are trying to be honest, and I come at this as an artist. Cole comes at this from somebody that's running a label, and hopefully our two views together can help you moving forward. So with that, let's get into some music.
Yeah, I was going to start with a joke.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right, so a man goes to see the doctor, and he says to the doctor, "Listen, doctor, it's echoing. Can you hear it?"
I can. Oh, no.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me do that. Right, let me try again. Right, man goes to see a doctor and says, "Hey, doctor, I think I'm a moth." The doc says, "You don't need me. You need a psychiatrist." The man says, "I know. I was on my way to see one when I was driving past, but I saw your light was on."
Oh, gosh. I worry about your sense of humour sometimes.
Yeah, man, me too. Are we actually live on Mixcloud? That doesn't seem it. On TikTok, sorry. Mixcloud. I just want to listen live.
Yeah,
now.
Who can't find us?
No, it's me. It's probably me. I just can't see us on the TikTok.
No, we're on there.
Oh, okay. Then maybe
we're on there. I've got all of us. I've got us open on all stations. Shout out to Craig Packman for joining us from the other side of the pond at what's probably a really, really insane hour. Shout out to Future Analog, who's also joining us in the chat whilst bouncing out stems for his next remix project.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing those guys popping off in the groups today.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
So thank you guys for being with us, and for those who are silently lurking, we appreciate you.
You silent ninjas, you lurking. That's what I call those ninja people. Yes, I've got live. Right, good. Okay, you're right. It's time for the first track of the show. Without further ado, I haven't said that in ages. I've been trying to avoid it.
You haven't said without further ado.
Yeah, I avoid it because is there enough, like, without further wasting of time, without further ado, without more delay? I don't know. How else can you say it?
Let's get into it.
Let's get it on. Right. Okay.
Let's get it
Right.
on. Yeah. Right. So who are we starting with? Who's going to kick off the party?
That is a good question because currently, oh no, don't do that. Currently, I can't find my list of tracks. Is this it?
Would you like me to throw something your way?
Here we go. Okay. Right. So we had 3 from you this week, didn't we, Mar?
Yes.
And a lot from me. I think what I'm going to do, I think I am going to start with the Retro Reverb Records release this week, which is because the reason being is there's a new artist involved in it. So it's a Louva release and Sonia, and it's called After 1,000 Moments. And if you get that up on your screen, I will get the artwork up for the people at home.
Yeah, I'm just preparing my link so I can share it with them. Should I take my cam down so they can see the artwork nice and crisp?
Yeah. Just bear with me. I'm being slow. Let's do it. Let's do it. Right. Okay. So there's the artwork. I'll let you start today, Maya. Go on.
Okay. So if the artwork is a picture of Louva looking from the position of his fist under his chin. I'm assuming he's leaning on his knee, or a table or something. Not sure. He's got what looks like to be a bucket hat on, some cool Ray-Ban glasses, and Sonia's right next to him with her back turned, and the entire image of the two of them is blacked out. All you can see is their faces, which is actually really cool. It's quite abstract. And the title, Louva and Sonia above in quite a slick font, underneath with the title After 1,000 Moments.
What do you think of the song title?
It definitely is making me think, what's this about? Is it a love song? Is it a song on reflection? I don't know what we're about to get, especially with the artwork being so sort of monochromatic and stark. Don't know what I'm about to hear.
It's pretty slick, isn't it? The artwork.
Yeah, it's really crisp. It looks strong.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll skip the description. We'll play the song, and then you tell me what you think, and then we'll read the description
and see if it matches.
But I think we're both agreeing that we like the artwork as it stands.
Yeah, I do like the artwork. Again, it's nice. It's a photo, which is always good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, and also they're in different parts of the world, so they've done that well. To support this, it's louvabandcamp.com, which is LLUVA and then .bandcamp.com. Right, let's get into our first track of the day.
Let's do it.
Right, let's get to our first.
Walking the same old road.
Yo, 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 we are back. This is episode 66 of the Bandcamp Hour. My name is Cybertronix. I am the owner of retrowave Records, and I am here with Maya Kamara, vocalist, lyricist, and producer. Okay, big shout goes out to everyone listening in on YouTube, on Mixcloud, and TikTok. We love you. Big thanks for joining us every Sunday as usual. Maya.
Yes.
Right. Okay. We're going to start with you. A new
Okay.
new female vocalist that you may not have come across before.
I hadn't, and I echo the sentiments that Craig Packman and Future Analog had in the chat, which is in the Mixcloud chat, which is that the song was really nicely produced, great vocals, nice feel. Paul says it has a bit of a country feel to it. We were all wondering if it's a cover because it has a familiarity to it. But
I know what you mean. Is it that touch me?
Yeah.
Have I heard similar chords or a similar?
Yeah, it's got
somewhere else. Yeah,
it's got a familiarity about it, but I like it. I think it's really well produced. It's got a commercial sound, but it still sounds independent. It still sounds not like your cookie cutter song. I think it's a strong single. Her voice goes really nice against his production. I've got to say.
Trying to remember where she is. She's out in South America somewhere. I think it might be Argentina. I know that she's. So I'm going to show my ignorance here. I know that she speaks Spanish because Luva, whose name is Fernando, doesn't speak English, but they speak to each other in Spanish. So do they speak Spanish in Argentina? I think they do, don't they?
I think so, but
yeah,
I know
it's Brazil where they speak Portuguese. That's it.
Yeah, but I know there's a few countries that speak Spanish, so I'm not entirely sure because I think Ecuador speak it as well. I could be wrong.
I think most of South America speak Spanish, but they have their own. It's like different dialects or different regional colloquialisms, much like we have in the UK, in it, darling.
Much like we have over here, love. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. Right out the gate, good song. I don't really have anything more to say to that, except that I'm a bit annoyed with myself that I haven't playlisted that, so I'm going to go and correct that right about now. I'm gonna go and correct that right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. So the last stuff that Luva's done has been a bit darker. So that was definitely a little bit more poppy. It had.
It's not on Spotify yet. Okay.
Of course it is. Yes, it is.
I don't see it. I'm on Luva's Spotify right now.
That's weird. I'll send you the link for it. Anyway, so Luva, we've heard Luva's sort of smoky vocals before, haven't we? So that added a quite a different element. It was more poppy, more upbeat.
But I think that kind of thing is probably good if you want more of a commercial hit.
Yeah.
And I think that type of song definitely has single vibes about it. I think it works as a great single. And I'm hoping that Sonia does more stuff with him because I think her voice.
She's got some more.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I think her voice just really sits nicely. And Paul, aka Future Analog, in the chat says Luva is a great producer. We've been label mates previously. And are yet again. So you guys are following each other around the labels. I like that.
Well, hopefully they don't leave me. No, I think they were over there at Aztec together before, and then once they concluded their business, they fortunately for me decided to come over to us and release some stuff for us. And in fact, speaking to Paul today, I sent you one of my own tracks, and Paul is interested in working on that as well. So that was definitely darker. I don't know if you managed to listen to it, but
it sounds familiar. I think you showed me that when you first started making it.
Maybe, it's progressed a little bit since then. Anyway,
okay.
He's gonna help me.
I'm just having a look because we did say we'd look at the description to see if it works with the track. And that reads,
good.
After 1,000 Moments is a dynamic tour that fuses synth pop and rock. At times he caresses melancholy, but without rejoicing in it. While the voice tells us leads to a sweet place. and at the same time full of energy. The song manages to produce emotional sensations that manage to move the most intimate fibers of the listener. After 1,000 moments, and then it says the same in Spanish.
I was going to say, right, okay, so quickly, the new format, I'll just run through it. So we decided to sort of scrap the individual points, but we still just quickly talk about the topics. So we had artwork. I think we both agreed we like the artwork.
Yeah, it's a good cover. Good,
Right,
good
we
cover.
like that. Slick, nice, simple, good. Then we had structure, very good poppy sort of structure to that. Yeah, nice chorus, nice drop. Production we both agreed on as well. Good production. Really strong production, I thought. Then what else do we have? Emotion?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
I'm a bit with you on the emotion. I could see the way you went, I think I had the same.
Only because of what the description says. It says, what does it say? Manages to produce emotional sensations that manage to move the most intimate fibers of the listener. That's some strong language right there. I don't know if my most intimate thoughts or
no, my most intimate fibers were not moved. I can tell.
No. My feel-good fibers were moved though.
Yeah, no, it's a nice song. Listen,
it's a good song.
Again.
Yeah.
Maybe look, when we say it didn't get quite hit the exact note that we're talking about from our sort of emotional point of view, it doesn't mean that there is no emotion in the song. It just means it hasn't quite moved the needle enough for us personally, I think is the way what we're getting at. All right.
By the way, just to quickly interject, Paul says you're quite safe, Cole.
I saw. Thanks, Paul. Paul sent me some good dad jokes today as well.
Okay.
Actually, talking about dad jokes, have you ever heard of Quasimodo?
Of course.
I was hoping. I needed to.
Come on, that's a hunchback.
I was going to say. I needed to jump in. I needed to jump in before you answered and say, "Ring any bells?"
Oh no.
All right, listen. I'm going to give that a 4. We agreed that we're going to do an overall score.
We're going to do an overall point. We're not going to do it point to point.
Yeah, 4.
So yeah, I say a 4. So it's a strong commercial track. So yeah.
Nice. Right. Good. Right. Well done, Luva. Well done, Sonia. Thank you.
Well done, friends.
That's available over there on our Bandcamp page now for anyone who's interested. Go and have a listen. Leave a comment if you buy it, if you can afford it, of course. Right. Okie dokie. Next up, we'll do one of yours, shall we?
Let's go.
How about, Dire Black? That was mine, wasn't it?
No, that was yours, yeah.
So the font's really small. I can't see. Was Leave the Planet yours? No, that's mine.
No.
Escape. Revla. No, I'm struggling to get to yours. Where are yours? This was yours. Okay. Runaway Heart featuring JJ. It's got JJ Mist.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Interesting. Right. Okay. I'll go and sort I like the artwork here. I do think it's AI, but I still like it. Is that
right? I do too. But again, if you're going to do AI, do it this way.
Yeah. Hold on. Just give me a second. I'm just struggling to get onto. Where has it gone?
Do you need me to send you the link?
No, it's not that. It's not that. I just don't know why the it's just mad. There it is. Right. Okay. I've got like 3 Zoom tabs, and one of them is anyway. Who cares? Right. Okay. Right. Here we go. I'll turn myself to the side,
and I will turn myself away so you can see it, friends.
Okay. So.
Would you like to describe the artwork?
Yes, I would. Yes, I'd love to. Thank you. So what we have here is, in my opinion, a very attractive woman. Right up my street, I'll say. Maybe not everyone's taste, but this is exactly the kind of woman I would think.
That's the kind you'd approach if you saw out somewhere.
I just think she's not like model pretty.
She's kind of girl next door.
Yeah, and she's kind of got a slightly big nose, but I like that. And she's not like too well kept. Anyway, she's got, I think, dark blue eyes, a slightly big nose, nice lips, and brown hair, sort of feathered. Is that how you'd call that style? Feathered, yeah. Feathered cut hair. And she's sort of quite big in the picture. On the right hand side, underneath her, it says "Runaway Heart" in neon red with like a tiny sort of white line sort of going around all of the letters. And behind her, there's a typical sort of neon-scape city with palm trees, skyscrapers, lights. And then it's car, isn't it? Karr in that typical faded synthwave font, that sort of metallic faded font. It's sort of like light metallic blue at the top, and then fades into sort of a purpley orange maroony kind of color. And then of course featuring JJ Miss. I believe she's a DJ, isn't she?
Jess, no, singer, songwriter, producer.
Okay. Is she
And
the vocalist on this?
Yeah. She's for those who don't know, she's one of the few people in our scene hailing from New Zealand. But I absolutely love this girl. She's awesome.
Done a lot of stuff over there with Time Slave recordings. That's how
she has, yeah.
First her. And so Car's in Malta. I think we played something of theirs a while back, didn't we? I remember noticing something from Malta.
Yeah, and I recognised the logo.
Yeah, me too.
So I think we have played something of his recently, which is cool.
I think about 4 or 5 weeks back.
Yeah, a short while back, but still.
Don't mind the Bandcamp page, black with purple writing that pops purple and red. Decent amount of supporters, nearly 20 supporters on that. To support this, you go to Carr Music, KARRMUSIC.bandcamp.com. This one's called sorry, 1 second. This one's called I can't see it. Something Heart Runaway Heart, featuring JJ Miss. And is there a description?
I don't believe so.
There is.
Oh yes, there is. Sorry, I didn't see it.
Do you wanna do it?
Yeah, it says Runaway Heart, the latest release from Carr featuring JJ Miss, is a high energy track driven by pulsating synths and powerful guitar riffs. It's a sonic time machine straight to the heart of the 80s. Put on your denim jacket. It can't get more retro than this.
Excellent. All right, you're listening to the Bandcamp Hour. My name is Cybertronix. I'm here with Mike Amara. This is episode 66, brought to you by Spectrum on Air on Mixcloud and through retrowave Records channels on TikTok and YouTube. You can also catch this show through RetroSynth Radio every Thursday via all of their media platforms. I can't remember all of them, but they've got YouTube and their own radio station.
They have, yeah.
You can just click on any of their social media things, look in their bio, and you will be able to find out where you can catch the show there. Right, let's play this track. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Yes. Good track, that one. We like that. We're enjoying that. We're
We
vibing
like
here in the
that.
studio. How did you feel about it, Maya?
I like it, man. Like if you've got a synth rock track that's got a driving energy, I'm here for that. Because
It's definitely like, like you can really, like I can imagine that in a Kevin Bacon film.
yeah, like somebody in the chat, I don't know, let me go back and see who it was.
While you're finding
Somebody
that out, shout goes out to Yikers77. Thanks for joining us. Shout goes out to Saturday AM. Thanks for joining us. We've already mentioned Pacman. We've got
yeah,
Future Analog. We've got 4 on YouTube. We're up to 19 now on
on
Mixcloud.
Mixcloud
And I don't
and
know on
the
TikTok.
TikTokers, I'm not quite sure, but
It doesn't
welcome.
show you, does it? It's annoying.
Not on the online version, but welcome in everybody. Thanks for
Welcome.
joining. Yeah, somebody, Future Analog, I think, said this in the chat that it kind of has like a Michael Sembello Maniac feel about it, and I kind of, I get what you mean by that. I would agree.
Mm.
Definitely a good one for the workout playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
His vocals, nice.
yeah, I like all of it. You know, even though I think the cover's done by AI, it's a strong one. And I saw on the Instagram that the girl that's in the cover, they've done like a video motion version of her turning away from the front facing position, which is really cool. So I like what
They do
they've
that a
done
lot
there.
with AI now, don't they? These like animate pictures kind of thing.
Yeah, but I think if you're gonna use it, at least do something interesting like that. So kudos to them for that. Strong song. I think for this time of year as well.
Who's Pat Benatar? Have you ever heard of Pat Benatar
Of
vibes?
course.
I don't know who that is. Sorry,
She
maybe
sings
I
that
do, but I
song.
don't recognize the name.
She sings that song, Love is a Battlefield from the 80s.
Right, I'll have to go and check that. That was on
Cole,
Saturday.
you're slipping. Anyway.
No, I don't know every song for everyone.
The shock of it all.
That's the last time. That is the last time I asked the question on the show. Right. Okay. Right. Let's quickly run through it.
Shout out to Cocaine for Toothaches. I see you.
Oh,
in the
really?
chat.
Are they? Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's such a cool name, by the way. Now that I see you in the chat,
Very cool.
like
I think
your
it's the
name.
first time we've had them on the show.
I think so. They're on YouTube. So welcome on in.
I've done a few that promoted some of their music in the past. I've been quite a big fan. It's a very, very cool name. So very nice to have you guys here with us. If they are guys or girls, I actually can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say that off the top of my head.
Yeah. And I will say, Jess or Car, if you're listening, kudos to you. I think this time of year is the perfect time of year to drop something quite high energy and fun like this. So yeah,
let's quickly talk about the individual components of the track. So we both like the artwork. That's fine. Done.
Yep.
I like the vocals a lot. I mean, I'm just gonna
yeah. Jess is one of the strong vocalists in the scene. Love her voice.
Does she do? Does she produce her own stuff as well, or just?
Yeah. Her first album was completely self-produced, which is I think it's called Communication. Yeah, I love Jess. She's one of the few real ones that can do most of it,
Nice.
and she's an absolute sweetheart as well. So I got nothing but love for that girl. And side note, she and I have a duet coming together very soon.
Yeah, another one. I mean, who has Maya duetted with? She does. You are out there. But I love it, man. You just, you know everyone in the scene. It's fantastic. Right, okay. Production was good.
Yeah, great.
Good. Yeah.
No qualms about that. Love the guitar solos as well.
Yep. And I like the bass line. Actually, I thought the bass line was really driving factor in the track. It gave energy that sort of that made you just want to sort of do your shoulders.
Yeah, like it's not the kind you can sit still to. I was finding myself kind of grooving in my seat with that. So yeah, overall,
I'm gonna go 4.5.
I was gonna give that a 4.5 as well.
Good.
Yeah,
we're aligned again.
We're aligned, which is rare.
Maya, have I ever told you about my dog?
Oh no, here we go. No,
seriously, have I ever told you about my dog?
No.
Well, the other day it ate one of my shuttlecocks, and I had to say to it, "Badminton."
Oh no. Well, I have one. How do you follow Will Smith in the mud?
Go on stage and slap the presenter?
No. Oh wow, I see what you did there. No, you follow the Fresh Prince.
Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Woo! I kind of
Yeah,
preferred my answer actually.
I'm sure you did.
He's managed to dig
Okay.
himself out of a hole, though. I think slowly. With
Yeah, he did. He did a song roasting himself, and he did a video reminiscent of the coming of the coming to America barbershop scene, where
yeah,
he plays all the characters and they're all roasting himself. It's
yeah.
actually really well done.
He also left his partner, didn't he? As well, I think.
Well, Jada.
I think so. Yeah, I think he's left.
Well, listen, if he has, it's about time. I mean, she got into an entanglement with their son's friend. I mean, yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying too, girlfriend. No, it's fine.
Anywho,
All right, listen, hold up. Let me play this. Right, ready? Hi, my name's Cybertronix, the owner of Retro Reverb Records, and I'm here with Maya Kamara. The Bandcamp Hour is the show dedicated to supporting independent and signed artists and independent and bigger labels too. We bring you some of the best of synthwave music and all associated genres, as well as alternative electronic music. Sit back and enjoy. Right, okay, sit back and enjoy, people. Next.
right, who's up next?
Don't know. I've got to change screens.
How about you do something different and just go with the first link you touch?
All right, it's this. No, that's yours again. No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Should we do Megan?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? She is one of the OGs in the scene.
She is one of the OGs in the scene, and I
Yeah.
quite like it. I quite like the stuff she's been doing recently. I like her earlier stuff, not so much, but this I'm
See, I'm the other way.
bigger fan. Probably because she's gone a bit darker.
She's gone a lot darker.
Yeah, well,
Like-
I like the dark.
Yeah, you do. Anyway, let's get talking about Leviathan. Oh wow, she went there.
Right, okay. You do you, and I'll change the picture. Right? You can start.
All right.
describing.
So Leviathan, which is the song that we're going to review. I'm just going to take my camera down so y'all can see the artwork. Right. Do you want me to describe it?
Yeah, why not?
Right. I am getting a dark Kill Bill type of vibe from this. So you've got a girl with a samurai sword strapped to her back. She looks to have a similar one in her left hand and a masquerade mask in her right hand. She's got fire engine red hair that's kind of flaying in the wind. Looks like she's wearing black leathers, killer heels, and what looks like a cape. And there's blood dripping off the sword in her hand, and blood coming off of the masquerade mask. So very striking shot. It would make an awesome movie poster, book cover, something of that ilk.
Japanese vibes going on.
Kind of Japanesey, yeah.
Kill Bill Japanese kind of
And-
slash.
Yeah, and like I said, even though it's a very dark cover, I got nothing bad to say about it. It's actually really cool cover.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
even though there's no text on it, and we all know that I like single covers, album covers to have the artist name and text on it. But when the image is this striking, you can get away with it.
Yeah. So Megan is from Washington, over there in the States, the capital, of course. Let's have a quick look at some of the thumbnails, see if we can do any shouts out, if I can read them.
I can see a few. You've got Jules Neon Forks, The Ledge, he's in there. You've got Karen Zoe Lee, who's in there. There is a few others. There's somebody called Sarcastic 25, Analog Signal 48, Kevin Chaos.
Knights Sophony.
Somebody called Hyperchlorinated Wine. That's a really cool name. Yeah, there's quite a lot of support with this track. Yeah.
Yeah, and hold on, something has gone askew here.
Okay.
Just read the description.
Yeah, I was about to. So while Cole
Mm.
figures that out, the song description says, her blade is thirsty for demon blood, and she makes her way through the grimy, pumping underground club. Masks hide each dancer's face as she hypnotically dances among them, hunting her prey and sending them back to hell. So that's some dark description right there.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I will say, composition, lyrics, production, vocals, mix, and master, all done by Megan. So she's done all of it. So shout out to you, because that is a lot of work. And the tags are alternative, electronic, cyberpunk, dark electro, dark synthwave, electro pop, synthwave, and Washington.
Okay, I think I have finally sorted that little glitch out. If you like Megan, you might also like Blue Stanhy, The Alternative, Unicorn by Gunship, and the Dance with the Dead. Right, to support this, you can go to Megan McDuffie. McDuffie is spelled McDuffee, and Megan is Megan GAN, and then it's meganmcduffie.bandcamp.com. Right, let's get into Leviathan by Megan McDuffie. Yes, people, we are back. This is episode 66 of the Bandcamp Hour. I am here with my co-host Maya Kamara and myself, Cybertronix. I'm here with myself. Yay! Right.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I've got to hear somewhere. Shout goes out to the 24 people now listening to us on Mixcloud. We see Saturday M has joined us over there because he felt a bit lonely. I'm sorry. TikTok is, by its nature, a bit fleeting with the in and outs of the views. Okay. I'm going to start if that's all right. Do you mind?
Be my guest.
Thank you very much.
The
It's very
floor
kind
is
of you.
yours.
Thanks so much. Right, first of all, I did like the bass line. I think it gave it a real atmosphere to the track, right? And I think her vocals accompanied that sound really well. And at the end, they had this like sound that sort of gave a little bit of an extra layer in the second half of the song. However, I know she did a few things like with the effects on her vocals and a few sort of bits and bobs, but it was a tad ploddy in parts. I think it needed a little bit more of a sonic spike somewhere or a slight change to just to elevate it to what was a very enjoyable track to a very, very good track in my opinion. So I did like it. I did like it overall. The genre, the ambience, the sort of feel. I could imagine that being in like in a score for like a zombie film or something like that. It was good. It was good, but I think it could have had an extra layer. It's my opinion.
Okay. 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 Everyone who knows me knows I normally don't listen to stuff that dark, especially with the title Leviathan. Those who know the Bible will know why I said that. However, listening to the track, I like what she's done with it. And again, kudos to you, Megan, because very few people are doing every aspect of a song. So to write it, produce it, mix it, master it, do the cover art, to do it all on your own and do it to such a high standard, hats off to you, sis. One thing I would say, though, that I think would have added to the track, Megan has a really unique voice. When you hear her sing, you know it's her, which I love vocalists like that. And her voice to me is one of the old standout voices in the scene. I think what she could have done is for some of those phrases, she could have done elongated, sustained phrases and put tons of reverb on them to make it really atmospheric and almost ghostly. I think that might have added like a real interesting dynamic because going off of the description, it's meant to be kind of like a sinister vibe that this woman has, like almost like she's creeping through the bars looking for dudes. Like I think something a bit more whispery and echoey might have just made that sound
I think I totally agree with you. She did attempt it in After the Bridge, but not maybe exactly how you're saying it. There was kind of like this echo sort of effect, this background echo effect on her vocals. I don't know if you noticed it.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I felt like she did try and do, I felt like there was a repetition in the sound of her vocals.
Yeah, do you know what? I think what could have been cool is if she'd have dropped out the drums at a point and it was just that boom, boom bass with her
maybe,
voice.
Yeah.
Like if she'd have just had a moment where it kind of stripped it down. Sometimes you don't need to add on. Sometimes you need to strip back to make certain things stand out. And I think a breakdown moment might have given it that kind of creepy edge that would have worked really well in a film.
Yeah, especially if she'd done what you said with the vocals as well. Yeah. I'm with
I think overall, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah, me too. All right, okay, right. So anyway, I was talking to my wife the other day, Helen. You know, I've told you about Helen, haven't I?
You have indeed.
Yeah, and I said to her because I'm a bit older than her, so I sort of said to her, when I die, I want you to marry Larry. And she turned around to me and she said, "Well, I thought you hated Larry." And I said, "I do."
Oh my gosh. That's such a bad joke, but I get it. I get it, because it's almost like if I'm not going to be...
I bet somebody's laughing. I bet you out there. You might not find it funny. I bet
maybe,
laughing.
But I get it, because it's almost like if I'm not going to be here, I want you miserable pining over me, comparing me to this brother. I don't want you happy. I get
No,
where you were
the
going
point
with that.
the point is I hate Larry and my wife will make him unhappy, but you know. It's the joke. It's mean, it's mean. It's a mean joke. It's a mean joke. Right, okay. Let's right, we're on the hour mark. How are we doing, Maya? How do you think we're doing?
I think we're doing all right. I say let's get straight into another song.
All
We
right.
got a lot of good songs this week.
We
Let's
have
get
got a lot
straight
of good
into it.
songs.
Yeah.
All right, I can close that. I can what the hell is that? I don't even know what that is.
Keep it moving.
Oh, hold on. Oh, okay, I'll close that. I don't know what it is.
Do. And by the way, guys, I am scouring the TikTok, the YouTube, and the Mixcloud for your feedback and your opinions on these tracks too. So do keep them coming. I see that Aaron from Saturday AM says Megan has the best covers. She does do some pretty cool covers on Instagram. I've noticed that. And what I do love about hers is that she doesn't just cover a song to make it sound like the original. She will completely switch it up, which is always cool. So yeah.
I will say this about Megan. She donated a track to our first charity album, which helped put us on the map as a label. So big shout out. She was really nice of her to do that when we first started in our first year. So thank you, Megan, for that. And she also featured with Eden Future on a couple of his tracks, which was really cool.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. That's cool.
Stellar Night, I think the track was called. Anyway, a long time ago now. I'm really racking my brains, but I think it was Stellar Night by Eden Future featuring Megan McDuffie. Right, next up.
Next up.
Dia Black.
Okay.
Dia spelled Diar.
A-R.
And I will get the artwork up. It's my turn, isn't it? I'll do this one. Right, okay.
Yeah. Which version are we playing, just so I know? So I can send the right link.
Oh, damn it. I don't have it here. Why do I not have it here?
All right, hang on. Let me have a look.
Oh, no, hang on. Yes, I do. I'm wrong. I take it all back. Ignore me.
Oh, yeah. You said play the aesthetic remix.
Yes, the dark one.
Oh, God.
All right. Okay. I think it's the second one. Yes, it is.
It is. Yeah. No, I was just getting it for the links. Okay. Let me calm down so people can see the cover art.
Sure. Right. Okay. Artwork. AI, I think. There is a young woman who has a hand sort of just in front of her face, but I think there's a light coming from the inside of her hand glowing onto her face, causing her face to look sort of orange and red, and she's sort of got brown eyes and brown sort of dark hair with a fringe, center parted. I think the Dia Black, I don't know if you agree with me, Mark, almost looks like a Nike logo.
A little bit, yeah.
See what I'm getting at? So Dia's in white and then black. There's a little red line that separates Dia.
It's because there's like a weird swoosh above the D that almost looks like the Nike swoosh. I slightly disagree with you. I don't know if this is AI. I think it looks like a render. It looks like someone.
The difference? When you say render, what do you mean for the people at home?
For the people at home, okay. So AI using whatever AI generator, you would type in a prompt and it would generate an image. A render, you would create yourself on either Photoshop, After Effects, or something like that, and you literally would build the image using graphic elements. And I think this is a render. I could be wrong, but it doesn't.
I mean, like layered graphic elements.
It's like literally layered digital graphics, and then they paint in all the colors and all the elements later on. Most of our favorite graphic artists in this scene that we know and love do render art, which is very different to AI. It's all computer generated, but it actually takes work and effort to build it. It's not like you type in a prompt and 2 seconds later you get the shot.
Sure, I'm with you. All right,
just to clarify.
So underneath Dia Black, so Dia's written in white. The red line separates the two words, and then Black is written in black, but it's got a white outline. And underneath it, it says "Hold on" in sort of white, normal, sort of standard-ishy kind of font. I've got nothing against this artwork. I think it's all right. I think it's quite nice.
I don't either. I think it's quite unusual. I think it would work itself well as like a movie poster or something like that. What I do like about this image, and for those of you artists listening, is when you have a when you make a cover art, you've got to think about how it's going to look small on a Spotify thumbnail or Apple Music thumbnail. A lot of people have very detailed artwork that you're not going to see any of the detail when it's shrunk down that small. This kind of artwork is good for that because it's just the face, and it's most of the shot is the face with this hand in front. So bear that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Bandcamp layout for these guys with the grey box and then the black sort of sides. I mean, it's better than white on white. I think
it's kind of giving old Yahoo GeoCities website vibes.
Yeah, it looks like it could do with a little bit of polish up. Anyway, to support this, you can go to, there's no description as well. Released on May the 16th, 2025. To support this, go to Diarblack, diarblack.bandcamp.com. They got no supporters, so this will hopefully help them on that.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Tags are electronic, electronica, industrial pop, synthwave, and they're from Germany. Right, let's get into the Hold On. What did you say it was called?
It's the Aesthetic Perfection mix.
Thank you. It's really.
You're welcome.
It's really tiny. I can hardly read anything. Right. Okay. Here we go.
Let's go.
Yo, we are back in the house. I'm here with Michael Meyer. My name's Cybertronix. I'm the owner of Retro Reverb Records. This is Bandcamp Hour, the Bandcamp Hour, episode 66. 66 bloody episodes. We've been going some, brought to you by Spectrum on air, RetroSynth Radio, and of course, retrowave records through various outlets. This is the show that aims to support independent and established artists and independent and bigger labels too. Don't forget, the opinions on this show are just ours. Please do not take offense. We try our best. Right, Maya? Before you start, if you listen to the other two versions of that track, they are completely different. Completely.
Do you know what? I like that because I think if you're gonna remix a track, unless it's an extended version, it really should sound different.
Yeah. So the other two are quite poppy. One's poppy, and I don't know. I sort of say to anyone out there who enjoyed that, go and listen to the other two, because they're like, if I'd received all three of those submissions, I might have said yes to one and no to the others, to be honest. Like, so there you go.
So you'd have said yes to the one we just played and no to the others, is what you're saying.
What makes you say that? How dare
because you chose it.
Shout goes out to Saturday, and I think they've had to leave us, but thank you, Aaron, for joining us as always. Up to 30 now on Mixcloud. Right, okay. Maya, I chose that track, so I'll let you break down and give us your thoughts.
I didn't know what I was going to expect. I like the track. There's only one thing that annoyed me in it, and I hate to use the word annoy. It was that screaming, no. I don't think it worked.
So I was going to say to that, because it's kind of like industrial electronic meets metal meets, well, not really synthwave actually. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I like maybe it's just what I'm used to, but I think if you have a screamy vocal, you need the instrumentation to sort of dial up a few decibels. It needs to hit you in the face. Otherwise, it seems a bit like, I don't get it.
I almost feel like they've deliberately tried to sort of turn down the scream, because it's not like full scream. It's like a
I think that's what it is. I feel like if you're gonna go there, like really go there. It's like, otherwise, I don't get what you're screaming at. Like, but if you're trying to make it like, just go ham on the track and let us experience it.
That was a Groover submission, so thank you very much for your Groover submission. We appreciate that.
I'm loving the bass line though. I was really like, okay, like it's a nice bouncy dum 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 dum. I was feeling that, like,
yeah, I agree with you. I felt like it was a nice alternative electronic submission, just to vary, make sure we vary it up, play a bit of something slightly different on the show as well. So that was another reason why I chose that one. But I enjoyed it. I give it a 3.5 for me.
I'd probably give it the same, actually. And side note, because I'm not that familiar with Dire Black's music. I know we've played them once or twice on the show, but I have to give them credit, because looking at their cover art for all their art is all quite strong. It's all quite striking imagery. And I think our scene, I can't speak to other scenes that much, but our scene is a very visual scene. It's a very aesthetic scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so if you have strong cover art that's either very colourful and vibrant or really like striking image, I think that lends itself well in the electronic space.
I have we played them before? I thought they were new.
I think we have. Yeah. Maybe once in the past.
Damn it! I thought I found somebody new. Anyway, listen. I know Craig's listening. Craig, did you watch the cup final, but per chance yesterday? Maya, I don't know if you paid attention to that. Palace beat City in the cup final. It was quite.
No. You know me. I'm not that. I mean, I have to hear about football a lot in my household. So boxing's what I like.
It was the only game yesterday, because it was the FA Cup finals. Only one game. Anyway, Crystal Palace have never won anything, and Manchester City have won everything forever. So it was quite a sort of nice underdog.
We like to ride for the underdog, so shout out to
Spritz. Yeah, our Spritz. Yeah. I was pleased for them. It was quite, it's a nice moment. Anyway, I just want to do a little shout out to the sort of City fans. Sorry, Crystal Palace fans, not City. Bugger City, you cheats, 115
Ooh.
cheaters. Oh.
I do know about that. I do know that
Yeah.
almost every other football club is
I must
pissed
say, just
about
for
them.
legal
So
reasons, they haven't been convicted of anything yet.
it's
Jury's
all
still out.
allegedly.
Alleged cheats.
Yes.
But
Anyway,
congratulations goes out to Crystal Palace. Right, got a little bit of echo going
a
on
little
there.
bit. Wow. Okay.
Hold on, I'm just trying to sort it. Okay.
I don't know what causes that. Anyway, let's play another track. We've still got quite a few to get through.
Yeah, I think we'll move on to the man, somebody I've got a lot of respect for, which is Mr. Eric C. Powell and his wife, I believe, Andrea Powell.
Okay.
So guy who does a lot of good work over there at RetroSynth Records. Very hardworking man, very honest man, and very talented man as well. Seems to have a lot of strings to his bow, so to speak. Right.
I have not heard his music before, I don't think. So this will be very
Actually,
interesting for me.
I'll be honest. I wasn't actually referring to him musically there. I was just talking about him as a person. And
No. I get that. I just mean the fact that we're going to play one of his tracks. I've not heard his music before. I've heard of him. I know about his work with RetroSynth behind the scenes, but I haven't heard his music.
I'm pretty sure that he does the main part of the production for his music. He can correct me if I'm wrong. And then they sort of share the vocal parts, him and his wife. I think he does some and she does some. I believe they're from Austin in Texas. Yeah, they are. And I will let you do the lead on this one because I did the last one.
Okay, so the cover art is a sports car from the back with no license plate, which is kind of cool. Parked on what looks like a rooftop complex. In the middle of the night, there's this like cityscape in front of them. Sort of very blues and purples. What I like about this cover is that it is like a lot of synthwave art is cars from the front and from the back. So
Maya, sorry, can I just sorry to interrupt you, darling, but could you just turn your camera off while you're describing?
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad, I forgot.
No worries.
Yeah. What I love about that is that most like a lot of retrowave and synthwave cover art is cars with from this position, either from the back or from the front, but they've taken a slightly different angle with it and made it a little bit more neon. Which is cool. The title Escape is in big, bold, white font, and the Getaway remixed underneath. And then you've got Eric C. Powell and Andrea Powell underneath. I like the logo he's got for his text.
Yeah, me too. I was waiting for you to say that. I absolutely love the way he's done that with her.
It's really cool. And I like that.
Sort of some of it pops and some of it doesn't.
Yeah,
like the and the Eric. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like the sort of pixel so I don't know if you've noticed that what's blurring the pixel is kind of like pixel art.
Yeah, it looks a bit like a QR code or something right at the beginning of the logo. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a very good piece of artwork, and it's almost like this little symbol next to their name. I don't know if it's their symbol or not that they use always. Yeah, it is that I can see it up the top there on the banner.
Yeah, I think it almost I think it's meant to be like a P. It's like a Powell, you know, like Powell.
It could be, yeah, it could be. Well, they're married, aren't they? So
yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, really cool.
Shout goes out to Eric as well, who's branded his banner with the RetroSynth Records logo there. I think, you know, artists associated with labels should probably do that. I think, you know, it's a joint collaboration. Nearly 20. Oh God, this is the album I just realized.
Well, it's technically it's not. It's one song that's got different remixes on it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just play the lead one that comes from.
Yeah.
There is do you want to do the description?
Yeah. It says. No, I'll do it. It says, "Come make your final escape with Eric C. Powell and Andrea Powell with 7 newly remixed versions of their popular The Getaway. From synth pop to Italo, from synthwave to vaporwave, tracks feature prominent and new remixing producers and artists such as 6 Mix 6, People Theatre, Nature of Wires, Alexa, Graflex, Cyborg Drive, and AC83.
So what's interesting about that is I don't think all of those are strictly RetroSynth record artists. So he's branched out a bit there, which is good. I've just noticed, by the way, this hasn't been fully released. There's only 2 tracks available.
It comes out in 27th of June. So
I hope he's all right with me playing this, because I haven't actually asked his permission. I did let him know it was on the show. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let me just zoom. Every time I click out, I have to zoom back in. Right, tags are electronic, synth pop, dance, dark wave, electro, electronic, electronica, electropop, italo disco, retrowave, synth pop, synth wave, 80s techno, and Austin. Right, and to support this, it's Eric C. Powell, music.bandcamp.com. Right. So we'll just play the lead track that they've got available. Why can't I scroll up? Stop being annoying. Okay, that is killing me. Stop it.
You're right there, Cole.
it's my pad. My pad on my thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right, here we go. Here we go.
Get away, we got to get away. Get away, we got to get away.
We can drive all night until the dawn.
we are back. That was Eric D. Powell and Andrea Powell with oh god, was it Getaway? I've forgotten. Something Getaway.
The Getaway
The
remixes.
Getaway remixes, right? And that was there's two remixes currently available for you to listen to. Right, okay, I'll let you crack on with what you thought. What was your thoughts and feelings?
Thoughts and feelings. Well, firstly, it's always cool when a couple works together on music. It's not a common thing, and it's quite cool that they have that sort of shared dynamic. I like some of the sounds used and some of the effects used on the vocals and things. It's I think it's more a song you'd have in the background than in the foreground. At least for me. It's probably not my cup of tea, but I can see why other people would really like it.
Yeah, I feel you. I hear you on that. It might not be exactly my cup of tea as well. I think it's well produced. I think they've tried to layer the vocals. They sort of come in and out with his and her vocals. There's quite a nice harmony between
I
the two of them.
think what it is I think it's probably not dynamic enough for me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think that's what it is, because it's more of a cruising tune. It's quite calming, which is weird with an electronic soundscape. And
Also, I felt like, sorry, I know you was about to say something there. I felt like that it felt a bit like classically trained vocals with electronic music. I don't know if you
that's what I was about to say, that they the vocals have more of a theatrical sound to them, which works in an electronic space. I just I think it needed it was a bit I think it needed a few sort of changes in pace and in dynamics. It kind of stayed steady the whole way through, which I think if you're going to do that, the song has to be quite short to keep the attention of the listener.
Yeah, what was it? 4 minutes something or other, 4:13, I think it was.
Yeah, that's my only thing.
Yeah.
So with that, I'd probably, out of 5 stars, I'd probably give it 3.
Yeah, I was 3.5 for me. Yeah, I think I can't really disagree with anything you said. I mean, I like the track. I think it was a decent track. The artwork was good. Vocally, there's nothing wrong with it. They've got decent vocals, nice harmony between the two of them. Well produced as well.
Yeah. Future Analog also says he'd like to have heard more changes and some more corners in places as well.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think from the interest point of view, that's what it required. But apart from that, good solid track. Nothing really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not too negative. I think there's some remixes in there, so maybe some of those are slightly different as well. So maybe
that's true. I mean, it might just be that the version we picked is quite simplified.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a lot more going on with some of the other remixes.
Maybe they stripped it back for that version.
Yeah. So you have an exclusive for us, don't you? With
exclusive radio worldwide exclusive MTTM electricity. I do. Thanks for pushing me into that and reminding me that we've got to move on. Right, okay. I'll get it up so no one else can see.
No, so with that, I'm going to drop down so that people can see.
No, we don't need to do the artwork again. We've done their artwork a million times. I think we're just gonna. I think we'll jump.
All right, fair enough. I just
we've done it. The arms.
Any new listeners coming in, but fair enough.
We've done it. The arms. They can go to Bandcamp if they want to see it. We've played every single one of their singles for the last sort of 3 months. So I think in the interest of getting other artists up and who've got artwork that hasn't been seen before.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, cool.
All right, so we'll just jump straight into this. This one's called Electricity, and you can tell me what you think afterwards, okay? All right, MTTM. The link is
Bandcamp.
Yeah, the link is wearemttm.bandcamp.com.
Which is also their social handle.
to me. Let us come to reality. When you wake up, you come to me. 'Cause we can always count to 3. 2, 3. I had a dream of you and me. We were made of electricity. I could feel it in you. You could feel it in me. I had a dream of you and me. We were made of electricity. I could feel it in you. You could feel it in me.
Yo, 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 people. We are back after another fabulous song brought to you by us, the Bandcamp Hour. That's Maya Kamara and myself, Cybertronix, on Spectrum on Air every Sunday from 4 till 6 CET. Big shout goes out to YouTube listeners. Thanks for everyone on TikTok who's dropped us a love, a heart, a like, a flame, or whatever it is you've dropped. And shout goes out to all of the Mixed Crowd crew who are the most vocal as always. Right, Maya, I'm too
Yes.
close to this one again, so I'm going to let you you go.
Okay. Firstly, I like a song that has a strong finish. I like the ending to that a lot. I like the breakdown section a lot.
Yeah.
My only critique is I found that the vocals stayed on the same dynamic.
One-dimensional a little bit.
Yeah, and I feel like if you want to play with dynamics in sonics to the point where you have breakdowns, you have louder parts in the instrumentation, the voice should follow that as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it seems a bit like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I also feel a bit like when the chorus kicked in, I think what might have been cool is to either double the vocal with double the vocal singing the same notation in a higher octave, or just take it all up an octave just for difference.
Or
That's
push a
my
little,
only
or
critique.
possibly push a little bit of vocal range. A
A little bit of range.
a little bit of vocal range just to see if you can just change the soundscape slightly.
I felt like it was a similar vocal melody between the verses and the choruses.
I had another sort of critique of it as well, actually. Actually, 2 points I wanted to make. And I don't want to say, by the way, it sounds like I don't like the song. I do like the song. I think it's very consistent with what they've done before in the main part. I think that you're right. In some of the previous songs, I think they nailed that sort of sonic dimension change a little bit.
Yeah, I think maybe that's
a little bit
why
more
I might.
successfully. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why I might be coming off a little bit harsh, and I hope I'm not. I think it's just because I think some of the songs we've heard from them previously were more singles. This would be more of an album track, in my opinion.
To be fair, this is a waterfall release, so this would be an album track. So it's not like a killer signal. This is probably the 6th or 7th one they've released. They've decided to go all singles in the album, which is fair. It's an approach, you know. You can argue all day long which one is best, but it's working for them, I think.
I think with that though, my only critique about waterfall releases is because all the songs are coming out individually to lead up to an album, they are seen as a ton of singles in one album. So with that, I feel like you kind of got to bear that in mind a bit. Now, if you were to drop 4 or 5 songs in a waterfall release and then throw the rest out as an album, you can kind of get away with that a bit, I think.
I think the thinking from them as well was that they've kind of gone with this 6 to 8 week period between tracks.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I think
get
I
that.
think this
Yeah.
is the one before the album, and so they wanted to get it in.
Okay, which is fair enough because it means they've already had a decent momentum.
Oh, they're doing fantastically
Yeah.
well, honestly. And I've also, by the way, put the artwork up just in case for those who haven't seen it before in the background. What I was going to say was one other thing I wasn't like. I really liked the drop. Like I thought, oh yes, boom, it dropped really nicely, and I love a drop in a track. I really do. I think it adds energy and stuff. But I felt like it dropped and then wasn't that much different from the first.
Yeah,
of the track.
I got that too. I would always say, musicians listening, if you do a drop like that, that gives you a good opportunity to take the song to a different place, whether it's a key change, to bring in a different element. If you're going back to what you had been doing before, I don't really know why you do
What's
a
the
drop.
point of the drop?
Yeah.
No, I mean it does break it up. It gives it, but the thing is,
gives it a bit of dynamic.
That's what
Yeah, it gives it some
transitions are for.
dynamicism.
You know, that's what transitions are for.
Yeah.
That's what Time Cop does perfectly well. I think, you know, he's like so famous for his little.
Yeah, no, for real. Like it gives it gives it a lot of dynamism, but I just think in some ways it could be a bit of a missed opportunity to do something really interesting.
Yeah. I think I agree with you. I think that one maybe not my favorite of the ones so far. Also, I was a little bit confused because all of the rest of them were about water, and then that one's called electricity. Maybe electricity conducts water. I don't actually know. Anyway,
I'm going to speculate. Anyway, let's
3.5 for me. 3.5. I'm going to throw 3.5 out. You?
I think a 3.
All right. Okay. Let's move on because we do want to get to some of you. You've got a couple more releases as well that I know you've promised people you'll showcase. We still got 20 minutes, which is plenty of time. 25 minutes almost.
Okay.
I think we can get through 3 tracks if we are Swift, not Taylor Swift.
No.
You're not a Swiftie.
No.
Right, what do you want? Hill Valley Hero.
Yeah, let's play Hill Valley Hero, bless him, submitted this song. Well, he's submitted the whole album to me and gave me the entire download link for it as well, which is always a sweet touch.
What are we playing today? Are we playing from...
Yeah, the song I chose, which is also the one I playlisted, is called The Arena. And
okay, I've got it. So shall I do the artwork for this one just because it's not my submission?
Yes, you can. I'm going to go to the main album for the full description.
It's amazing artwork. I know I like it already immediately. Really great colours on it. Let me just fire that up and disappear myself.
Oh yeah, me too. Hang on.
1 second.
There we go.
Gone around the houses. For those British people who don't know what going around the houses means, it just means wasting my time or just repeating something over and over again. Okay, artwork. So I really love the color fade on this because there's so many colors, but it's got like super pink, sort of fading to reds and oranges. Then we've got some yellows, and we sort of go to blue, and on top left is almost dark blue, light blue, dark blue, and then. So it looks like, I don't know what those are, maybe flames or magical aura or something. That is the colors. There's like an elven woman with like pointy ears. She's also very attractive, my type, I must say.
If you're into the elven
variety. Well, she's got the dark hair, the blue eyes, the nice lips. Yeah, just looks good. So there's an elven woman, sort of hair sort of flowing backwards into the sort of side of the image. Underneath there's like warriors or samurai soldiers with really long swords riding on horses. It says aura in a really nice font, which I think looks really sort of like fantasy font. It's plain white. In the background there's like a castle that looks like an evil castle, probably where the wizard who's trying to kill that elf is from, and you've
created a whole backstory off of this cover.
No, I can see this is a film. This is obviously based on the film, and then on top it says Hill Valley Hero. She's obviously the hero. She comes from the Hill Valley. Those dudes at the bottom want to destroy their way of life. They want to eat them and chop off their ears. And
yeah, he's come up with a whole backstory.
Yeah. And it says that original motion picture score at the bottom. So
Yeah,
there-
now that I found interesting because Hill Valley Hero hasn't done that on any of his other projects. So that I'm wondering what film this is.
And I
If
like the
it's-
faded, like picture faded effect on the side, the white sort of broken thing. Very good for me. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic cover art.
Yeah,
no
fantastic
question.
piece of artwork.
Yeah.
Really good. I'm really happy with that.
Um,
UK as well. UK born artist. Woo woo! UK! Here we go.
And there is a description which says Aura is a score for a fictional 80s fantasy sci-fi epic, an album designed to tell a story. Each track weaves into the next, creating an immersive cinematic experience like a movie for your ears. Inspired by the adventurous spirit and nostalgia of films like Willow, Labyrinth, Legend, The Dark Crystal, and Crawl, I set out to capture the era's grandeur while infusing it with a modern synthwave edge.
See, I didn't even read that. I got it right from the artwork. Thank you, me. Well done, me. Yes. Pat on the back.
Ish.
Right, okay.
Anyway, let's get playing. So
No,
we don't
hold
run
on.
out
I
of
just want
time.
to talk about his logo. I really like his logo as well. If you click on that, it's got like this triangle sort of 80s thing with Hill Valley Hero. It says, I won't go on about it.
It's
but-
a bit like a Memphis print, almost with like a wolf scratch in the middle of it. And then you've got Hill Valley in like your typical retro handwriting font, and then Hero in a big, bold, chromatic font. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
it's chromatic, isn't it? If you've seen Time Slave recordings, they use that kind of triangle style thing as well. Right,
Yeah,
Hill, Hill Valley Hero is HILLVALLEYHERO.bandcamp.com. Right, let's play the track. Here we go.
Here we go.
And we are back in the house. That was a smashing track. We were just having a little chat about that during the interval there. We both really enjoyed that. I said it sounded a little bit more sci-fi than the image led me to believe, which was a bit more fantasy. But that was rocking. That was a really decent track. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the image kind of, you'd imagine something a bit more dreamwave, a bit more sort of.
Well, I went off into my own little story. So.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that would work on a top end video game. It would work in a film. Again, high energy. And what I love about the track is that it's got a lot of unpredictability about it. Some songs can be a bit classical, arpeggiated basses and so on and so on. I like that. I didn't really know where that was going, and it took you on a bit of a journey. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Just a quick one, by the way. We do want to hear what you think of our opinions in the chat. As we said earlier on in the show, you know, these are just our opinions. They're subjective. They're not meant to offend anyone. So please do let us know, even if it's just to say, hey, guys, you got that spot on. We love what you said there. That's really nice. Or what the hell are you talking about, you crazy chipmunks? And, you know, we take it all on board. We don't mind either way. And I said chipmunks because I look like a chipmunk, not Maya. Maya is a goddess of beauty and love. And
oh, you're too sweet. But I'm way too big to pass as a chipmunk.
Just ruin the aesthetics of the show. Right, okay. Right, come on, let's try and do everyone a service, because by the way, if we miss any tracks, we do try to put them on next week. So let's try and get on.
So with that, I'm probably gonna give that a 4.
Yeah.
Strong 4.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a solid 4. Right, okay, next one up is Sandor Garvin. Is that how you say it? Sleepless Nights?
Sandor Gavin, Sleepless Nights, and Levan.
Right, I'll let you go with the artwork on this one. I did the last one. Go for it.
Okay, so this artwork, I'm not sure if it's a digital painting.
I love it. It reminds me of Grace. What's her name? She was I really hate to refer to color of skin. She was a black woman. She was very tall.
Grace Jones.
Yeah, it might be Grace Jones. Short hair in the
yeah. That's
really red lipstick. It kind of reminds me of that. Yeah.
Well, what I like about it, the artwork is kind of Patrick Nagel inspired, but almost with a comic book sort of strip. So it's a woman who's got red eyeliner, fire engine red lips, a winged eyeliner going on.
Close your camera, Mark.
Oh, sorry. Short. She's got a short pixie cut hairstyle and what looks like a black leather jacket with a turned up collar. So I'm getting kind of biker chick vibes from her.
It's also got German flag, national color flag vibes. Weirdly, red.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. But I like that it's just black, yellow, red, just striking bold colors. It's a great.
Honestly, my mum had this vinyl when I was young, which was Grace Jones. In our house, it was really striking vinyl. It was all white, and because it was all white, and she was, I can't think of a delicate way. She was a very black woman. She really popped, and she had really short hair and really, really red lipstick. It really reminds me of her, but just a white woman on it almost.
So supermodel, androgynous.
Yeah, because she had but Grace Jones was really beautiful, wasn't she? She had really high cheekbones. She was really athletic, super long legs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she was very tall, very muscular,
very
striking, but she had a very sort of androgynous style.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So she would wear oversized trouser suits and things like that, but have a real short high top cut, and she was cool.
Yeah, she was very cool. Do you know where these guys are from?
Sandor is from America. Sleepless Nights is a Brit. He's from Liverpool. Levan, I'm not sure.
Okay, just for time. So you can support this by going to Sandor Garvin, SANDORGAVIN.bandcamp.com, and this is called Sleepless Nights. So we're going to play the track for you.
Let's do it.
We'll probably just get this one in, I think. It depends how long it is.
Okay.
amazing.
I know, I love his voice.
Yeah. Reminds me of Joey a bit. My bromance.
Yeah, like he did a track with Sandal last year called Slave for Love. It was one of my most played songs of that year. He's like a black guy with dreads and a weird sort of androgynous look about him, this singer.
I don't know what vocal, like, you know how you've got tenors, blah blah blah, baritone. It's just a baritone.
No, but I think might be alto.
I've got this thing about these mid-range to high vocals.
Yeah, some of them are kind of like a mezzo soprano, where it's high but not whistle tone high.
I really enjoy men with higher vocals. I don't know why. It always works for me.
Yeah. Funny thing is, he doesn't. This might sound weird. I don't think he doesn't sound like a black singer, even though he's black.
No, I wouldn't know he was black. Honestly, I know what you mean, because you can usually tell when, just like even on the phone. I'm sure you can tell you're speaking to a white person or you're speaking to a black person. Kind of thing.
Oh no!
I can pick it up usually.
Oh, stop! Boris can hear us talking.
Oh.
Just like the constellations.
In the house. We apologize if you heard us talking over the track, but we are nothing if complimentary. We absolutely love that track.
We do.
No, that was good. As I was saying, and maybe people heard, vocally, I really like that. Very soulful, sort of mid-range vocals. I really enjoyed the production. Funky, nice to listen to. Really, really good track. Probably my favorite track of the day, actually.
I'm glad you said that. I mean, to be honest, I love Sandor's production. He's got such a varied style, whether it's the chill wave stuff, the classic synthwave, but he does this kind of funky R&B stuff really, really well. His choice of sounds is brilliant. And his vocalist, who is called Levon, love
Levon, we love
his
you. I love you, man.
voice.
Levon, you've got a sexy voice, man. Good
Yeah,
voice.
great
Yeah.
writer, man. I was digging it. I mean, you may have heard me saying, sorry guys about that. They
I
dropped
was
a
particularly embarrassed, but waters on the duck back here.
yeah. Well, they dropped a track last year called "Slave for Love," and it was one of my most played songs of the year. And these guys together just do something special, man.
That's a
I
nice
don't
sound,
know.
man. That's a nice sound. Right, let me just repeat, just for the end of the show, any tracks that we've missed, and we did send you a message saying we'd played them, we apologize. We will try and fit them in the next week. Sorry, that's the way it goes. We try our best to get as many tracks in. As I said at the beginning of the show, any of the jokes that do offend, they're not meant to. They're all meant in jest. And of course, any of our feedback is just ours. It's just subjective, and we're just trying our best. And I would like to finish off, though, Maya, if it's okay, with one last joke.
Okay, here we go.
If you try and laugh, give me a little
I
smile.
can't try and laugh if it's crap. I'm not going to laugh, friend.
Just send me off on a Sunday before you go off to your church. I'm going to watch
Tell
it.
you what, I'll fake one now.
Yeah, that was good. I like that. That was really good. All right,
There
what do
you
you
go.
call people who sleep in socks?
Oh my god, I have no idea. But it's going to be bad, isn't it?
Tiny.
That's why you had to ask for a
They're
lot.
so
You
small,
knew.
they sleep in socks. Come on.
That's why you had to ask for a lot. You knew that was not going to tickle me.
All right, listen. Thank you
I
very much
can't.
for tuning in. We love you all. We're here every Sunday from 4 till 6 at CET. Thank you to all the Mixcloud crew, 30 of you tuning in by the end. Try and tune in earlier on, man. We've got loads of music.
Yeah,
We'll
thank
come in
you
in
to
the
the
second hour.
thank you to the TikTok crew. Thank you to the YouTube crew, and to those who are going to catch this on a replay on Spectrum or RetroSynth Radio. We love you. We thank you, and we will catch you next week.
Big peace. Let's shoot out with one of Maya Kamara's songs. You guys have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.